You're the Candace Owens of ESPN, is what.
Wait, what? Where'd you read that?
I forget where I read it, but it made me laugh.
Wow. I respect the hell out of Candace Owens.
So do I.
They make you choose a race.
Yeah.
She's like, what are you going to put? I go, well, both. She's like, well, you can't. She goes, well, what if Barack Obama chose black and he's biracial? I'm like, well, congratulations to the president. That's his thing. I go, I think that's fascinating considering his black dad was nowhere to be found, but his white mom and grandma raised him. But hey, you do you. You're closeted. Like you cannot come out. Look at what happened in California with Larry Elder and how he is a black Republican. God forbid.
These are just some of the comments now former ESPN anchor Sage Steele said that show the broader public exactly who she really is.
It's much bigger than the company that I worked for 16 and a half years.
But can you talk about what some of those things were that you were silenced about?
I don't think it's worth it right now. I think that what I am talking about is important enough to bring up. Because these is just one of the issues that I was silenced for is bad enough, right?
That was Steele in her first interview since officially leaving ESPN, doing everything she can to dodge the question and avoid any discussion of what her actual words were that sparked the backlash, and for good reason, on her part.
I mean, I've had talks with young women who would come in and they'd intern with me, with our channel, or just other women who reach out to me now. And I've said to a couple of them, they're like, well, would you look at my tape? Would you do this? And I've said, listen, I would love to, but the way that you present yourself is not something I want to be associated with.
Yeah.
So when you dress like that, I'm not saying you deserve the gross comments, but you know what you're doing when you're putting that outfit on too.
Yeah. So let's dissect this one. I've critiqued the reels of plenty of aspiring journalists, but did you hear how Sage chose to be cruel? Wouldn't want to associate? If someone said that to her based on her former unvaccinated self or political self, she'd be sprinting over to Fox News playing the victim so fast. She's having this inside conversation with Jay Cutler out loud. True, it's one a woman might have with her own daughter, but by gleefully having it with a man, she knows exactly what she's doing, playing on that damaging stereotype that women rope men into their own sexist and abusive behaviors, because they can't help it. It's our fault. Since she left ESPN, it's clear Sage Steele wants to cash in on her brand and the company she's been keeping, such as Megyn Kelly. Well, that's another clue for us, isn't it?
It's fine to speak out on dicey political or cultural issues at ESPN if you're not named Sage Steele, somebody who is obviously more fair and balanced in her approach to these issues.
Then I should be allowed on my personal time to give my opinion on my experiences personally without telling others what to do or how to feel about being biracial or being forced to take a vaccine. And I think that's just what breaks my heart, is that there were different rules for me than everyone else.
It looked like she was going to tear up for a moment. Also, my opinion, it seemed like she was looking at some talking points perhaps in front of her. Sage may get more reps at these kinds of right-wing interviews if what's been leaked is true. Republicans in Connecticut want her to run for Congress. It shouldn't be a surprise, and the blueprint is already out there. She can check the playbooks of Enes Kanter, Curt Schilling maybe, and then there's Michele Tafoya. After all, Sage Steele checks all the boxes. Most importantly, she's an ideological fit.